Hello, my name is Azar, and since this is my first time I drive this Hyundai Ioniq, yes, I thought about recording my impressions and post them to YouTube. One thing is that this is not a review or something. This is nothing professional, because if you are a professional or if you are intermediate with your background and information about cars and everything, I don't think you will get anything new out of my mouth. This is just something, and also this is not I'm not going to speak like the really general things, like the specs of the car, and because these things I'm pretty sure you can find them thousands of videos and articles and everything about the car on the internet. The only one thing I thought that I can contribute with is to speak my mind about how it feels to drive an EV, electric vehicle, how it feels if you haven't driven it before. My impressions. This is something maybe it can be useful. So I start with the most useful thing, and maybe later on, like, I extend it with other thoughts and ideas. But the most important thing that I think might be useful to speak about is how it feels, the car. Driving an electrical car, guys, feels really natural, really easy. Nothing so different. I have heard about the instant torque and things like that. The car can release its power like as soon as you step on the gas, if we can call it gas. But to be honest, now the car is telling me like you have only 13% which is of the battery, which is 24 kilometers. Guys, I have been driving. Let's continue about how it feels before we go into the battery and things like that. It's not different at all. You don't need to learn anything at all. Like, if you know how to drive an automatic car, it's only like you engage the D. It's not, you press the D, drive, gear. It's only one gear, like and drive forward. So nothing strange. If someone wants to try or maybe buy or something. This is about driving the car. One thing is that the regenerative braking is something like when you how can we say, like, lift your foot off the gas pedal, if you can call it gas, let's say acceleration pedal. If you lift your foot, the car will automatically generate energy and recharge the battery out of your deceleration power. Like, because if, for example, you lifted your foot and you are going downhill, so the car will regenerate electricity and charge the battery. And I heard many people complain about this. It feels strange and everything, and to me it felt really natural and good. Let me change lane. It felt really natural and good. Because I have always wished that when I lift, the car decelerates, and without the need to press the brakes, and like it cause more wear and tear on the brake pedals and everything. This is more economical, even with the, let me check something. Where are we going? Is it Svenghöger? Go right. Is it really not right? I'm really sorry, guys. I have to go right. Although it's a little bit sketchy to do that. but I don't have too many kilometers. So one thing is that here, exactly here behind the wheel, I have two paddle shifts. It's not paddle shifts, it's like I have to something to to press on, so I can turn off this regenerative braking and the car will coast normally and everything, or I can increase from the other side here behind the wheel with this paddle shift or something. This one I can increase the regenerative braking. So this is something special. Of course I had the economy mode because there's sport mode and things like that. I hope no one will see me if I do like this. My phone fell, I'm sorry. So we are in a tunnel right now, so it might be some kind of noise. You know, this car doesn't produce any engine noise or something. Yeah, it's not like really luxurious or very normal, like low level of noise, but nothing will shock you. The car's design is also good, and because I had older Hyundais before, and this feels too much upscaled and a bit more expensive and luxurious or something, but nothing at all will shock you in the experience. Very normal, very easy to drive, spacious on the inside. To be honest, I should focus more on where I'm going. So
fortsätt 2,5 kilometer framåt på den här vägen.
What the hell? So guys, as I promised, I will just keep in the topic in the beginning, in the things that I think more important, not go and speak about normal general things that are easy to find. About driving an EV, it's as I said, easy, intuitive. Brake pedal and gas pedal, or acceleration pedal or something. Nothing is new or special. So if you are into thinking about buying a new car, but you are worried about, I don't know how to drive them, I don't know how to deal with them, it's really intuitive and easy. This is the first idea, and they are becoming more and more common here. I have seen, on my trip right now, I have seen many electrics and hybrids and things like that. Okay, we spoke about the experience. Now let's speak about things that you can find in other kind of cars, new technology, but that exists here, but also you can find it in other petrol cars or something. Let's say the adaptive cruise control. Okay, now we know that it doesn't work. You cannot trust it, and when you are driving inside the city. But when we have been driving on the highway, it was really, really good and comfortable. I managed to drive behind a very big truck, and the car was following the truck behind it. Let's say, I don't know, let's say 20 meters behind. Allegedly, this causes you to spare some energy, to save some energy because of the air drag and the aerodynamics and things like that. Because if you are following a big truck, there's a hole in the air where almost where you can follow and everything. I couldn't make sure that this is true or not, because I know, like, in racing, for example, you have to be 1 second behind the car in front to get benefit from the slipstream. So I could not. I have all the meters in front of me that says economy, charging, recharging, or how much kilowatt per kilometer or something the car is spending. Yes, I have these, but you know, it's not so easy to check, because it depends. It was depending on if I was going downhill or uphill. Uphill, clearly I can see that it's taking energy from the battery, and when it was downhill, sometimes the car was recharging. I can see it, or here on the dash in front of me. This is one thing I spoke about. Let's speak about lane keep assist. And for many people, this is very old. Like they existed since like 10-20 years in some cars, but to me it's a little bit new. So it's really, really cute and nice to have something that reminds you when you are like getting busy with those dashes and many things here, shenanigans here in front of you. It's really nice that someone tells you cutely and tells you like, hey, you're going out. One time, exactly in this tunnel now I'm going into, I remember myself playing with the infotainment system or something. I was playing with it and almost I hit the wall. The car like was deviating like okay, so it's really nice. One other thing is that also the steering follows the two lines. Like it keeps you in the center of your lane. I mean, it's more annoying than by the way, you can turn off all these things. But to me, to be honest, I felt it's a little bit more annoying than useful, because like I am a good driver. I'm an okay driver. I know what I'm doing. Sometimes I'm just like avoiding a bump or a dip or something. I know what I'm doing, but still the car drives itself a little bit. It's okay for the car to keep like to keep you in the middle, and it's maybe it can be good also for. But as I told you, like it's a very good technology to have. A little bit insulting for car guys and enthusiasts who like to drive by themselves. Like here, you see like the steering like turning by itself. I know what, like, if you know, like in Formula 1, leave me alone. I know what I'm doing. In the team radio. But it's not bad by any means. It's not bad by any means. I found okay, now we spoke about some technologies that are relatively new. It's not so new or something. Let me speak about what I think about the keys here on the steering wheel, the infotainment system, and the dash, the speedometer and the dash and everything. I always like first impressions, and I respect first impressions, because second and third and fourth impressions might not be same as useful, because you will get used to your car and you will not notice what's different into it and what's. So I noticed that buttons here in front of me on the wheel are not so intuitive and so distracting, and the system wasn't that easy to deal with. No problem at all. I can learn, I can find my way, I can learn all the meters and things that exist, but it's not like born for your hands to deal with them. It's not so ergonomic, and you know, sometimes you get into a car and you feel that like it's designed exactly for your fingers and things like that. But unfortunately, this one wasn't that much easy to deal with, to be honest. This like navigation.
Om 200 meter, sväng höger, in på Skansbrogatan.
The navigation screen is good. Yes, it's not very high resolution or something. By the way, the dash here is really high resolution and really clear. I have to be fair, but still, I mean, like the program, the Android or something, I don't know what to call it, is so the application, how can I say it? The program or something is something I didn't like from the first sight.
Sväng höger.
But back to this navigation screen. I mean, it's nice, and it shows you some. It shows you also some architecture. How can we say it? Like inside the city, it shows you the buildings, and I don't want to change the screen. As I said, like I'm pretty sure that many of those like general informations are things that easily can be found online or anything. But I just wanted to say what I think, because not everyone agrees with me. But also maybe somebody will find those information useful. So the navigation screen is close to your hand, ergonomic, easy to make it smaller or closer. It's not fancy by any means. Now this one will shout on us because I'm going to not follow I'm going to go into another destination than the one already inserted. Anyway, also the buttons and the system here on the navigation is the buttons are easy and nice, and the program here is easy to deal with, not complicated at all. When I said not intuitive, I was meaning the things you have here on the dash and the buttons on the wheel. Speaking about the wheel, yeah, I mean, it feels artificial, to be honest. Like it's electrical assisted and everything, and inside the city they try to make you feel that like you are working for it. They try to make it more sorry, I mean they make it how can I say, softer inside the city or something. Still, it's not so soft, like not so natural force feedback and things like that. It works, guys. As I said, like it works, but it's not like for car enthusiasts. It's not nothing for car enthusiasts. Even like the seating position and things like that they are good, and they, of course, they did many like testing and things like that before making this, I'm pretty sure. But also it's not very the best. For example, about the position you sit in, I find myself really high, so my sight, most of my field of view is the roof of the car and things like that. Maybe I can try lower. I lowered it as much as I can, and now it's okay. This is one thing. One other thing is that the A-pillars are huge. So what I see now, I see like the A-pillars and the mirror are big. the mirror here is like taking a very big place. So you can ask me like the windshield is really big, so what are you complaining about? Yes, the windshield is really big, good lighting and everything, but because it's too much slope, it's not because it's too much slope, as I told you, too much of your view is not in the useful. Can you understand me, or am I okay? The visibility is not great. Many people complain about these let's call it spoiler in the back, in the rear, but to me it's a good opportunity for the car manufacturers to make extra piece of window, can we call it, of glass or something down. To me it's I'm thankful, because like you know, new cars are shit in terms of visibility. Go and drive cars from the 80s or 90s and you will understand what I mean, where you can know exactly where are the corners of your car. You can go in between like small narrow things, and you know by centimeter if your mirror is going to touch the other mirror or not. Yeah, but I mean for like aerodynamics things, for safety things, they make the windows like thinner, so the visibility can be worse. And also the same applies to the rear. New cars like are really bad in terms of visibility in the rear, and they compensate by putting cameras for you and screens and things like that. I don't know, we should move forward. Like, we cannot complain and keep crying, asking to have the older stuff, because yeah, technology and everything needs to go forward. Yeah, I remembered one very, very important thing as I drive almost very close to my home. I remembered very important information to speak about, which is the range. This is the real elephant in the room. Range. And I can be more specific. Maybe I can write it in the description if how much the car promised me and how much I got kilometers. I have to mention that the temperature now is 8 degrees Celsius. It's not raining or snowing or anything, and it's cold, so you know that electronic cars use more energy in the cold weather for some reason. But I have to say that I have been the most economical man on planet Earth in terms of driving. I never ever accelerated suddenly. I never ever had too much speed that I had to brake, although braking is regenerative here, but still you waste some energy. So I don't think someone can get better mileage than the mileage I did. But still I have doubts that the car didn't give me the range it promised, and I was afraid all the time. It's the car says when it's fully charged, it says like maybe 200 kilometers. No, 300 kilometers. No, 200 kilometers, which is weird, by the way, because I read that this car should go 300 kilometers. And yes, I did drive 70 plus 70, 140, and I still have like 20, 160. I can write down in the description below, as the YouTubers say. I can write down how much exactly, but preliminary, like I can say now, and just like you take it with a grain of salt, maybe it's wrong, but I can say that it told me 200 kilometers and it gave me 160, although I was really conscious about being economical in my driving. Ain't it strange that when the car is on auto, the light's still on, and no matter how long I wait, it doesn't switch off the lights in the front. The lights in the front did not. Maybe I'm not clear with what I'm saying. I mean, I parked the car for very long time. Let's say 30 minutes or something, and the car has been on auto, so they should be turned off by themselves, but they didn't. I came back to the car and the lights, the front lights were still on. What else? The seats are okay, are good, not the most luxurious by any means. The dash and the console design, it's like a matter of taste. I don't know how to like evaluate if they are like high quality or low quality or anything. They look okay to me, not ugly, but they are not beautiful by any means. One thing I liked is the bronze color or brown or something on the dash, like they had some kind of metal or something, but it's not aesthetic by any means. It's still a Hyundai for sure. They haven't changed. The wheel design itself, the rim is really nice and thick, and you like to catch it. It's a little bit squishy, a little bit, and it's it is, maybe it's like genuine leather, but as I said before, like the buttons are something I didn't like so much. I haven't been in the rear seat to speak about how big or small it is. I will not speak about the boot. I don't have idea about the, what do you call it, in the trunk. I don't know. Maybe you can find in a better in somewhere better than me. They can tell you if it's how it compares. But the idea that the car is a little bit round in shape or something, it's a little bit like something in between a hatchback and a sedan. So it gives you a little bit higher, because it's a hatchback or something. You can like put a little bit more than a normal sedan, which is like the boot will be low, not very high. And this is one thing. I won't say anything about the gear shift because it's only buttons, and it makes me sad that the manual gear shifts are dying. But and also something behind the, let's say, the gear or something, it feels like a mouse, but it's nothing. No lack of outlets. You have two 12 volts, you have one USB and one auxiliary. In front of me, maybe there are somewhere else, who knows. Here also there's one more USB to charge, and it says charge, so it doesn't mean like it means, maybe they mean like you cannot connect it your phone. Here it's only for charging. Here I think it's a wireless charger. Because I'm not moving the camera, so it might be useless for some people who might complain that I didn't show by camera. But guys, as I said, like I don't have enough energy to move the camera. Okay, why not? So I don't think I can shift the camera to the front without stopping the recording. So I'm sorry for the image quality. It's the front camera that I'm using. Here is the drive mode where you can change between eco, normal or sport. Here maybe I mean maybe like here you turn off the parking sensor, because in default it's always turned on. I don't know if this car parks by itself, but I don't think so, like for a car priced in this range. Here is auto hold is something that I'm sure like 99% of people know what these are, but why not, let's speak. Auto hold is something like that makes you, when you want to take off, like let's say you are like stopping in a traffic light, and it's a little bit upwards. So this auto hold is something that applies the brakes and makes sure that the car doesn't go back like not even 10 centimeters or something before going before like taking off. And this is like guarantees that you don't hit the car behind you when you want to take off. Steering heating, they like it here in Sweden. I don't think I ever needed this. Seats heating with 3 different degrees. And oh wow, we have this parking. So why do we have a mechanical? Okay, so this is the like the replacement for the mechanical handbrake, like it holds the, and I don't know, I will try later if it's like this engages by itself because it's electronic. As I said, like I mentioned here, the micro SD for the map. Maybe this is like you download, you upload the new places or cities, I don't know, because some countries like in the Middle East or something, they don't allow GPS. Anyway, I'm not so sure about the SD thing, micro SD thing, but it says SD map. Here is Infinity, maybe is the sound system, is this brand. By the way, the sound system is really clear. I loved the sound system in this car. It's clear, decent bass. I'm not going to say it's I'm not going to say it's crazy or something, but I liked it. It does the job perfectly, 100%. Good job for the ones who did the sound system. Too many people love these kind of buttons, and yes, it's easy to use them. And this is like because you don't know, if you don't need to go through the shenanigans here, quickly you want to go to the phone, quickly you want to go to the map, and you press only these. So here is the climate system. I didn't play too much with it, but also it's like any other cars, nothing special about it. This thing, like to save some energy, if you are alone in the car, you know 90% of the cars only have the driver, so why do you need to operate the fans and everything in all places? You can press driver only. EV, this is something I don't know what is it at all. It's interesting to know, to search and know. If someone is going to watch this, it will be really interesting to write in the comments, what does this EV do? We spoke about the buttons here. It's as I said, like it wasn't so extremely ergonomic to use these stuff for the sound or something. It will be interesting to know, because I said like, hey, hello Hyundai, hey Hyundai or something. Maybe I don't know how to operate the sound commands or things like that. But anyway, like these things are for your phone and to lower the volume or to change the radio station. Like it's very normal things. Here you can use the adaptive control and many stuff. This is what, when I said it's a little bit shenanigans, the adaptive cruise control. Here you change like there are many, how can we say this, down menu or portal menu, I don't know. like you change stuff to see here, and you can set the cruise control and things like that. Nothing special, guys, but as I said before, like these are maybe new thing you find in the EVs. This one allows you to coast more. This one allows you, instead of coasting, when you lift your foot off the throttle, the car recharges the battery out of the force of the deceleration. This one is also nice. I forgot to speak about this technology in the beginning of the video, because I spoke about adaptive cruise control and lane keep assist and things like that. This is nice because it if you want to overtake, for example, the car in front of you, if there has been a car next to you in your dead field of view, or you can't see it, but the car is next to you, as you can see here on this, it gives you a warning like this, and it's the warning is really nice, not stressing, not too low, not too high. It gives you a warning. Of course, I have it as a second nature to check the dead zones or something, to look, but it's good to have it. Here's something that you can adjust the lights with. Here is the fun. You can turn off the ESP and traction control or something. Here you can turn off VES. What is VES? Here you can open or close the like the where you charge and everything. And guys, this is the interior, and from the point of view of the driver, this is what is like in the rear seat. Of course, there are professional journalists or something who speak and measure by liter and by everything. You can see here's the boot. I'm not sure you can see anything, but thank you for watching. If there is someone who watched, I'm not sure. Someone can last 37 minutes. Thank you for wasting your time with me, and goodbye.